Good morning and welcome into today's edition of Good Morning Vail. I'm your host, Ross Leonhardt. It is Saturday, the 21st of December. We are rolling right into the holidays, and it's a good time to talk about keeping yourself healthy as we roll through the holiday season here. So today's show, we've got some tips and tricks to stay healthy this winter season. So grab that cup of coffee. Good Morning Vail starts right now.
So many things to see and do. Summer, winter, spring, or fall. Your home in the Rockies has it all. So get up, get ready to start your day. The coffee's brewing, you're on your way. The fun is waiting outside your door. Good morning, Vail.
There's no better place to celebrate this season than with holidays around the world at the Sebastian Vail. From December 14th through January 1st, embark on a festive journey that captures the essence of global holiday traditions from the United States, Mexico, Italy, Brazil, and the United Kingdom. Delight in cultural live music, savor international cuisine, create festive crafts, and much more. Plus, no holiday season would be complete without the Sebastian Signature Hot Cocoa. Book your adventure now at thesebastianvail.com.
Welcome to Hiring America, the television program that helps veterans find jobs and transition back into civilian life. Hi everyone, I'm Gigi Stone Woods. I'm truly honored to host this vital program. Reach out to the opportunities you see on this program by logging onto our website, hiringamerica.net, and by following us on social networking sites such as Twitter. We'll keep that information available throughout the broadcast and on our website 24/7. Now, let's get down to business.
Experience the difference at Mountain Market and Supply. We source organic and local produce, honey, good food, and gifts from small businesses right here in Colorado and beyond. Located at 201 Broadway Street in Eagle, shop in-store Tuesday through Friday from 12 to 6 p.m., Saturday 11 to 4 p.m., and Sunday 11 to 3 p.m. Support our community by shopping local. We can't wait to see you at Mountain Market and Supply.
I had to pack up all my things. I had to leave my home. And I never knew where I was going next. felt like I never even had a say. But then you came along.
Change a child's story. There's a child in foster care waiting for a volunteer like you. Learn how you can help at casaforchildren.org.
Good morning, Vail.
One way to stay safe and healthy this winter season is to take care of your gear. And up next, we're going to show you how to wax your snowboard if you're getting out there this holiday season. So let's take a look at waxing a snowboard. Kim and I are back in the kitchen cooking up my specialty this morning. Not actually cooking, but we're going to wax Kim's board for her today. Kim, how many days have you ridden this board?
Oh, that's a good question. Well, I got it at the end of the season last season, so
Okay.
it's still pretty new, but just not new enough where the factory wax is still on it. So
Yeah.
very excited for you to show me your expertise in the kitchen.
Yeah, so the way the wax kind of works on a snowboard is you're actually melting the snow below you when you're snowboarding.
Oh, interesting.
So that wax kind of helps get a nice smooth glide on the kind of that layer of water you create, which is the science behind it. So it's important you wax your board probably every 2 weeks or so, depending how much you ride, but every 10 to 20 days you probably want a fresh wax. They come in different types. So for cold weather, there's a certain wax you use for when it's really cold. In the springtime, there's a different wax, a little bit warmer. So all sorts of science behind it. All the ingredients you need is an iron and some wax, okay?
So I have a question for you
Go
about
ahead.
the wax.
Yep.
So how do you know which wax would you need for like winter or spring if you're new?
Yeah, so they're pretty well labeled. One of the brands I really like is this Mountain Flow Eco Wax. It's this guy out of Carbondale, out of his garage, that made this, and he designs the boxes so it says a temperature, so
Great.
it's like a certain temperature that you're looking for. But today we're going to use a little Birds of Prey wax. This was a nice little gift that the Birds of Prey races gave to some of us. So we got our iron nice and hot. All we're going to do is just kind of melt the wax onto the board here.
A 2-ingredient recipe. I'm a big fan of this.
This is my kind of recipe. So you can kind of go as much or as little as you like. If you do too much, you just scrape it off at the end. That's kind of the next step. I kind of like to just do a nice little half the board.
So you're just touching the wax to the iron,
That's
and
it.
just melts in little droplets, and
That's
you're just blending it all over the base
That's
of the
right.
board.
So this is a pretty decent board. It's not super dry, but we're gonna get a nice layer of wax on it, kind of from the top to the bottom, from the nose to the tail, and we're just gonna kind of nice and evenly wax it in. The heat from the wax melts it again and kind of creates a nice little layer here. So this is a great activity to do late in the day.
Yeah.
Crack open a drink. I usually like to do this for friends. If you got that one friend in your group that you're always waiting on, you give them a fresh wax, and they're a little bit faster. So that's
Hey, let me help you out.
That's kind of a trick here. So super simple, 2 ingredients. We're just going to get the second half now. And yeah, I just waxed my own board a couple days ago, so I'm okay for at least a week here.
Now, as you're melting it, so you took the iron and the wax and you're melting it onto the board, and now you're kind of remelting it as you evenly distribute it.
That's right.
But the wax dries very quickly.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Does the heat, is it still hot? I'm not going to touch the other end because.
No, it's not super hot. You definitely want to be careful because we have a hot iron in our hands, so that's kind of the most dangerous thing, or you don't want to touch your fingers. As you can see, I'm holding the wax all the way on the iron, so that's where you want to be really careful you're not sticking your fingers on the iron. And this is just it's nothing special. This is just an iron you could iron your clothes with, right? So
Okay.
It's not anything crazy. You could get these at any of your local ski shops usually.
Could you get one maybe at Walmart even if
Probably,
you didn't have
yeah,
access to
for
it?
sure. And I've had this iron for 10 plus years, and it's just part of my kind of snowboarding equipment at this point. So I like to get the tail and the nose as well. I never know how much you're going to be buttering around and
Yeah.
keeping your nose and tail up in the air, but kind of give it one last look at those last couple ones that we might have missed. And we're just creating a nice little layer of wax here on the snowboard.
Well, it looks great, and you can just see it doesn't matter if it's super evenly distributed because you mentioned there's another step after this.
That's right,
Yeah.
right. So it's pretty straightforward. This is where we'd maybe crack another drink. give the wax a chance to settle here before we start scraping it. Some of the other tools that I like to use, we've got this kind of like rock edge. This is going to sharpen our edges for us, which is really important. We want sharp edges to grip the snow, right? So if you have kind of dull edges, it's harder to make those turns. This is a very similar kind of step-by-step process for the skis. Obviously, there's 2 of them, and there's more edges, so it's a little bit more work.
A little more time consuming.
As the snowboarders, it's pretty easy to just do this. So we have our edge tool, and then we also kind of have a little brush that I like to use. This kind of just creates grooves in the wax.
Okay.
So as you're snowboarding along, you kind of create even more gliding with it.
Okay.
So this is kind of not necessary, just something I like to use. And then our scraper, which we'll use to scrape the wax off.
Awesome.
So it's pretty straightforward.
Sure. So looking at the edging tool and the sharpening the edges. So you mentioned that you want to wax your board every 10 to 20 days. And I imagine you obviously kind of do them both simultaneously, but let's say you don't want to wax. How do you know when you need to sharpen your edges?
Yeah, I mean, it's a feel, right? We're also like carrying our boards around all the time, right? So we want to be careful with our edges, but if you're starting to feel it in your hand and it doesn't have that kind of sharpness to it anymore, you can feel it. And then also you can kind of look at it too. Sometimes you get a little bit of rust because it is water, right? So it'll kind of rust over, and you can kind of sharpen those up and get some of the rust off.
Awesome. Yeah, I definitely carry my board around with a glove, and if I can carry it without my glove on, then I know it's time.
Yeah, and there's tons of ski shops and snowboard shops that can help you with this, but this is a very easy thing to do, and it's a fun thing to do. It's kind of therapeutic for me, and you can just do it at home on a table. All you need is an outlet and an iron, and it's pretty fun and easy to do.
It makes you look like an expert to
and
your
it goes
friends
so
and family.
quickly. Yeah, exactly. And again, I love to I usually wax every one of my coworkers' boards before, so it's something I like to do. Because again, like if someone's having a hard time out there, this just makes it like a new board, and it's more enjoyable, right?
It really is.
And they can keep up, right?
And renewed excitement on getting back out, and they can keep
exactly,
up. I love that.
Exactly.
That's
So
true.
while this dries, I'm going to go ahead and just start on the edges.
Okay.
This tool does have little arrows, so it kind of goes directional.
Okay.
You can get stuff like this all over, but really what it is just kind of like a stone that's going to sharpen our edges. I like to go from the nose to the tail,
Okay.
and just one way. So we're going to make sure we got it going the right way, and we're just going to kind of sharpen the edges here.
Now, is there like a method to the way that you sharpen it? You said nose to tail, so that's the start of it.
Yeah, really.
Do you go over it several times, or just kind of how
Yeah,
it
for
feels?
sure, for sure. I go over it a couple times. I usually try to go like nice and easy the first time through. And since we're on a box here, I'm gonna have to lift this one up. But I like to get just a couple kind of goes at it.
Okay.
And then I like to do like one long top to bottom.
So you do
If
a
we
little bit
can.
of a brushing and then smooth it all the way
Yeah,
out.
and you can kind of hear it, right? So the stone has kind of grooves on it, and that's really what's sharpening it.
So it's like a pumice stone for your board.
Pretty much, yeah, pretty much. And this is something you can kind of carry in your pocket. So if you have an old board and you're constantly having to sharpen your edges, this is just a small tool that you can carry with you or just kind of leave out and about.
Awesome.
Yeah, so this heel edge is a little rough here.
No, I love that we're doing this as an educational piece on our show, but I also am loving it because I'm getting a free wax and sharpening and tuning on my board.
Yeah. Yeah, and so the next time you go out, with all this snow, we use kind of a cold weather wax. We got all these cold temperatures in the forecast, so definitely kind of want to use that cold one. And then it's tough and then as it heats up, you kind of want a different wax. So it's a little playing that game of what's the temperature, what's the wax I want to use. I usually have 2 to 3 waxes in my bag to use. And again, all we need is just something kind of to put in between our bindings, prop it up, and an outlet. And it's pretty straightforward. So this is feeling pretty dry. You can feel it. It's still kind of warm, right?
Yeah, it is.
So I'm a weird brush guy. I do the brush before and after.
Okay.
We're about to scrape it off, so not all of it's going to stay. So that's why I like to do it before and after.
Okay.
But this is just a nice straight line, nothing crazy. You're not going to hurt your board doing this. If anything, you're going to help it. The only things to worry about are putting too much wax on.
Okay.
If there's too much wax, you're going to stick a little bit.
So if you can see it, that's probably too much wax.
Yeah, exactly. And it's okay too if you have a little bit of wax on your board, a little too much, because as you go down the mountain, it's going to come off.
Okay.
So sometimes what I like to do is I'll wax it and then I'll kind of pick a nice steep run and get some speed, and that'll kind of melt the excess wax that I have. So I'm going to scrape it as much as I can.
Okay.
And then all we're going to do is use our scraper tool.
Okay.
And we'll see how this works on this box, but we're just going to kind of push it down and see how that wax is starting to come up.
Yeah, looks great.
So we'll do that a couple times, get the wax off, edges are sharp, and we'll be ready to rock.
I'm ready to go straight on the mountain with you today.
Easy, yeah, and
all that snowfall and all of the waxing that we just did. Let's go.
And that's about 10 minutes or less, or you could let it sit for longer and take your time and make an evening of it. But it's pretty straightforward.
Sounds great. Well, it looks like Ross and I need to get out on the mountain for the rest of the show,
Yes.
even though we'll be here in studio. We'll be right back after this.
Good morning, Vail.
Discover hidden treasures at our high-end consignment store, The Aspenite. Located in the heart of Glenwood Springs, we're your go-to destination for luxury finds and unique treasures, from elegant fur coats and designer handbags to locally crafted handmade candles. Our collection is curated with style and quality in mind. We believe in giving a second home to exceptional clothing, shoes, and accessories, keeping sustainability and sophistication at the forefront. Open from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Sunday. We invite you to explore our one-of-a-kind selection. Got a high-end handbag, fur coat, or other luxury item to consign? Bring them to us. We'd love to help you share their story. Stop by today and experience the charm of high-end consignment at The Aspenite.
Did you know that all Eagle County residents and visitors can get a free Eagle Valley Library District card? All you need is a photo ID. You get our online databases and resources, free music, free streaming, all from wherever you have internet access. Free audiobooks and e-audiobooks straight to your phone. Go into your Eagle Valley Library District branch today and get your library card.
Take the first game every one of us played in the schoolyard. Turn up the degree of difficulty to maximum, and then let loose some of the fastest and most agile athletes in the world to go one-on-one in what you have is the most extreme pursuit contest you've ever known. It's intense, it's addictive, and there's only one rule. Don't get caught.
Oh my gosh. If you haven't seen World Chase Tag before, here's how it works.
2 teams of up to 6 athletes compete in a series of one-on-one chases. Each chase lasts up to 20 seconds and has 1 chaser and 1 evader.
Opportunity to points on the board! Oh!
Whoever wins the duel stays on as the evader, and teams get 1 point for each evasion they make.
And it looks like the opening point for this contest.
It's the best of 16 chases to win the match, with a sudden death chase-off required to break any ties. It's win or go home from now on. Don't miss it.
Are you suffering from altitude sickness, a hangover, or just need to boost your overall wellness? Vail IV Wellness and Recovery is here for you, providing mobile IV therapy in the Vail Valley and its surrounding areas. Treatments are administered by registered nurses under physician direction in the privacy of your own home, office, or hotel room. We offer IV, vitamin shots, supplemental oxygen, and more. Each treatment is specifically designed to meet your individual needs. Go to vailivtherapy.com for more information and to schedule your treatment.
Good morning, Vail.
Here in the Vail Valley, we have the Eagle Valley Community Foundation doing amazing work year-round, and we chatted with Grace recently. Let's take a look.
You know, health is so important, including so many different ways to take care of it. And that's from an internal perspective, from a spiritual perspective, from a mental perspective, and from a physical perspective. Joining me today on the couch is certified holistic nutritionist Laura Heflin, who's here to share all about the things that she does, plus to give a little bit of insight to her own story. Laura, how are you?
I'm good. Thanks for having me.
Great to have you here. So very exciting stuff. You are an author, a podcast host, plus you also create recipes and coach people through their holistic health journey. So tell me about how you got started.
Wow, my journey started way back at the age of 19. I was battling an eating disorder, and I found myself actually at one point quite sick. So I had put my body through a lot of havoc, a lot of deprivation, a lot of over-exercising. Honestly, at the time, it wasn't anything to do with my health. It was strictly about the number on the scale. So over time, my body started rebelling, and I started having really nasty symptoms. You know, I had my hair thinning, I had joint pain, I was covered in psoriasis, crazy hormonal imbalances. And it was really the point in my life when I realized that if I kept going that direction, I was going to spiral and get to a place where I couldn't show up for my life. So I knew at the time I had to make a choice to continue spiraling or turn the other way. I didn't know where to turn though, and so I think, like many of us, I went on over to Dr. Google, and
Dr. Google, that's so true.
And I really remember the day I typed in the phrase or the question, what does a woman need to eat in order to thrive, in order to be healthy? And again, I didn't know where to turn, so Google was my answer at the time. And over time, as I was researching, and ironically, since I wasn't researching dieting or losing weight, I was researching health, what kept coming back to me was the medicinal powers behind eating real whole foods, like our ancestors used to eat, you know, from nature. And I think in our culture, we've just overcomplicated it so much. And I found it intriguing, like, that these foods I was being told they could heal me. So I had nowhere else to turn. And so that's what I did. I started slowly but surely incorporating these real whole foods into my diet. And after a few months, I started noticing my hair got thicker, my energy returned, my hormones balanced. And it was that moment that really my epiphany was the time in my life where I found healing through whole foods. And it was simple. And my husband was watching this on the sidelines, and he said, you are so passionate about this. You're in the kitchen, you're making recipes, you're so fired up about life, and you're so healthy now. Why don't you go get certified and help someone else?
That's
so
great.
That's really my backstory.
Well, you said people overcomplicate it, and that is the absolute truth. And especially for, you know, listening to your story, how young you were going through those things, and how we just make things so hard as a society to be healthy, and you've got to do X, Y, Z and this and that. We're not meant to make things too complicated.
And I think if it's not complicated enough, we think we've got it wrong.
Yeah, it's absolutely right. So talk to me a little bit about how you help patients. How many patients have you helped? You've been doing this for over 13 years now.
Yeah.
So tell me about it.
So, wow, thousands of clients, honestly, at this point, and from all different walks of life. I mean, I've worked with teen girls up to 80-year-old clients as well. And I love my job because we're all on a different journey, but there is a way that we can cultivate health. And sometimes you just need the guidance. You just need someone to sit with you and say, hey, I can help you. I can make this applicable to your life. Let's come up with a meal plan. Let's ask your body questions and see what food your body's asking for, because we're not all the same. And that's, again, one thing with our dieting culture. We throw everyone into one big bucket where really, you know, we need to tune into our bodies and ask questions.
It's true. It's so important. Now, I was kind of reading through some of your principles, and you do a lot on intuitive eating. Can you give me a little bit of explanation around what that is?
Absolutely. And that was a huge part of my healing journey. So asking our body questions, you know, what you might be able to eat, my body might not be able to handle, and vice versa. And I think we have become so tuned out to our bodies in our culture that we're almost waiting for a diet trend or someone else to tell us what to do. But what we've lost the art of doing is asking our body questions. What is my body speaking to me and saying it needs? If I'm craving a sweet potato, there's probably something in that sweet potato my body's craving and needing. And we need to throw out the macros. We need to throw out the points, throw out this idea that any food group is bad or harmful. We just need to focus on eating the right forms and asking daily, like, what is my body craving? What is it needing? And the more we do that, it's beautiful to see that we can all heal. We can reach optimal health.
That's great. So you're an author,
Yeah.
but you most recently have started a podcast. So you've got over 70 episodes of it.
Yeah.
So tell me about your podcast.
Well, just recorded episode 82 last week. Very excited. So I call it my third baby, and it's my most recent project. It's 18 months old, and it's the Live Healthy with Laura podcast. You can find it on Apple, Anchor, Spotify, and really, my podcast is for everyone, I have to say. It's for the busy CEO. It's for the busy working mom that's driving to and from soccer practice, that's just looking for a way to, plug in for a few minutes a week and just gain some tools, some tips, some tricks on how to better care for their bodies. And again, I try to keep, it's so complicated in our culture, I try to simplify it. And so people can say, wow, I could do that. I could do that. I could pick up on this. Also, I have some amazing guests. But yeah, I really try to just reach everyone in a different way. Every episode, I think, can offer everyone something. And yeah, so.
I love that. So you've got 82 episodes now. That's great.
Yeah, it's not aired yet, but yes, I recorded that.
Well, can't wait to hear that, and it drops weekly, right?
Yeah, every Monday at 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. It would be 8 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. And I really, truly love it. It's my passion. It's my project. When I've written my books, I've loved writing, but I love that I get to speak honestly and openly about whatever I'm passionate about. It's really an amazing platform. I'm very grateful.
That's true. Well, so not only are you focusing on the nutrition piece of it, but you've written 3 books. I'm so excited. Live Healthy with Laura. That's got 10 lifestyle principles, 30 recipes, which I'm very excited about because we're hopping in the kitchen shortly.
Excited.
And then you've got a couple of others on mental health as well as specifically focused on mothers. So, you love to write. What made you inspired to write these 3 books?
Probably the same mission behind my podcast. I just think that our culture has taught us that we have to accept a way of life that I don't believe we have to accept. I don't believe that we need to accept feeling okay, or I don't believe we need to accept pain or depression or inflammation or gut issues. I think that through all of these books and my podcast, I really just want to empower the audience to ask questions, to push back in our culture, in a culture that's told us to lay flat and accept a diagnosis or accept a way of life. I really want everyone to know they're allowed to ask questions, and they're allowed to ask the question why. So with mental health, with postpartum depression, with joint pain, right? Whatever it is. For instance, we can ask the question why as, one example would be like, I have this joint pain, right? But I want to know why. What is the root cause of my joint pain, of my postpartum depression, of whatever I'm dealing with? And what is the root cause? What can I do? What is my body lacking that it needs right now that I can give it in order to help it thrive, in order to help it recalibrate? And again, I think that if we can just ask those questions and get to the root cause, which is what Eastern medicine and the holistic world believes, that there's a root cause, we can find healing and we all can thrive. And we all deserve to live a full life.
Well, it's true. And holistic nutrition, I think, is the best way to say it. But you're a holistic health coach. It was how I would love to say it.
Yeah.
And it is all interconnected from a mental, physical, and spiritual well-being. So very exciting. I'm so excited to get into the kitchen with you after the commercial break, because we are going to do one of the great recipes from your Live Healthy with Laura cookbook.
All whole food based and chocolate for any chocolate lovers out there.
I love chocolate, so I can't wait. Now stay tuned. We are going to hop in the kitchen after this commercial break, and we'll be right back.
Good morning, Vail.
Discover the perfect blend of style and performance in your eyewear at Eyepieces. With convenient locations in Vail Village, Lions Head, Beaver Creek, Edwards, Basalt, and Snowmass, Eyepieces is the destination for luxury eyewear and high-performance optics. From iconic brands to the latest in sport frames and snow goggles, we have the eyewear to match your mountain lifestyle. Plus, we offer prescription lens services, including eye exams, custom lenses, and prescription goggles for your mountain adventures. Visit us today to experience the art of vision. Eyepieces, serving the Vail Valley's vision needs for over 40 years.
As we continue to celebrate the holidays here at TV8, we wanted to remind you that there's still time to advertise your product or service with our audience. With the Ring in the New Year special, you can promote your business from December 26th through January 6th. We'll run your spot 10 times a day for 12 consecutive days. That's a total of 120 spots to drive traffic to your business for only $250. And if you don't have a commercial yet, don't worry. TV8 will help create one from your photos or videos at no extra charge. So contact us today to reserve your spot. And from everyone here at TV8, happy holidays.
When it comes to real estate, timing is everything. Whether you're looking for a new home in the Vail Valley or selling your current residence, you need agents you can trust. You need a team with a wealth of knowledge on the local community, current market trends, and the entire buying and selling process. You need the expertise of Kathy Cole and Christy Long with Coldwell Banker Mountain Properties. Contact them today to discuss your real estate needs.
Good morning, Vail.
This weather report is sponsored by Grand Hyatt Vail. Celebrate the season at the Grand Hyatt Vail. From festive dinners to lively balloon drop celebrations, the holidays are brighter at the Grand Hyatt Vail.
Welcome back. Now we have Laura in the kitchen, gonna cook up some tasty treats for us.
And we just had a very informative segment right before the commercial break with Laura Heflin, certified nutritionist. So very exciting. She's got a cookbook called Live Healthy with Laura, and we are making the chocolate avocado mousse from her book.
Yes.
So I can't wait. Kevin and I are usually in the kitchen.
I know, making a
sharing
mess.
the
Just it's a disaster, but we've got a professional.
We do. We've got Laura here to show us this awesome avocado chocolate mousse. So
Yes.
very
Okay.
exciting.
So the ingredients are simple. That's the beauty of this recipe and all my recipes. They're whole food based. We don't count calories. We're not counting points. We're just eating real food like our ancestors used to eat, right? So we're going to start with...
I had horrible ancestors. They did not eat good at all. So this right here, going deep with me.
Do you want to be the avocado?
I'm the avocado guy.
Avocado.
So this is great. You can literally all you need is a blender.
Yes, it's 6 ingredients. So this is, in a sense, if you love chocolate pudding, this is chocolate pudding. My kids love this. We love this. I actually created this recipe when I was pregnant with my son. And so just to go through the ingredients real quick, we have avocados, which are an amazing source of monounsaturated fat. Fats are so healthy for us, and we need to not shy away from them. Then we've got our cinnamon here, and this is incredible for diabetics. This actually stabilizes their blood sugar. Just fun fact, any recipe that you sprinkle cinnamon on will lower the glycemic index of that recipe or that whatever you're making, whatever dessert. So that's incredible, and it's loaded with fiber. This is monk fruit. This is a fruit in Asia, and this is basically, it's a 0-calorie sweetener, and it's all natural, and so it's also amazing for diabetics. We got bananas, like I said, cacao. And cacao, for those that don't know, is not cocoa powder. So this is cacao. This is the raw cocoa bean. Has 40 times the antioxidants of blueberries, and it's loaded with fiber. And so it's great. It boosts your iron.
So
Tastes wonderful too.
Yeah, it does. So are you telling me I don't need to eat blueberries and I can just eat cacao powder? I love chocolate.
If you want, you can load up on this. I do. I have this in all kinds of recipes. Okay, so we got the avocado. You did great. Thank you.
Did I?
You
Kevin
did great.
is the expert avocado. He's the expert chopper on the show.
I'm gonna put you to work.
Okay, I got all these.
So I'm gonna. All right, and then do you want to dump?
Sure.
Okay. And I'm gonna peel.
This is so much fun. Usually I'm the one telling people what to do in the kitchen, so I love that I am the one being told what to do this time.
So it's simple. And bananas. I forgot about the bananas. Bananas are a great source of potassium. They also boost our serotonin. So winter blues, no more.
No more.
I'm gonna just dump it in.
Be happy.
As you see,
Eat a banana.
That is so
you do
easy.
not have to have confidence in the kitchen to do this recipe. You can do it with your 4-year-old. It is so easy. And like I said, it tastes really, really good. And it goes in the fridge. It can be chilled for up to a week.
Okay.
So, whoop. Okay,
That's great. So it lasts for about a week.
It lasts for about a week. You can have it as a snack. You can have it for breakfast with a cup of coffee. It is fantastic for you.
Well, we haven't had breakfast yet on the show, so
Yep.
I'm pretty sure this is breakfast.
You've not had breakfast. Well, we're going to talk after this episode, okay?
Uh-oh. You just set yourself
I think I just got in
Kim.
trouble.
Yep.
You've not had breakfast either?
Yes, I did. I just don't want to get the lecture.
Kevin, we can't talk about our habits.
No.
Our morning habits. Great.
So,
got it in
all
there.
right.
Awesome.
And sometimes we get the seeds in there, and it is what it is.
Hey, it's all natural.
It's all fiber.
All fiber.
Yeah. But I created this recipe years ago just because who doesn't love pudding in a cup, right?
I love pudding in a cup.
Yeah. And I have had a lot of clients say, well, I don't like avocados, Laura, so how would I don't know if I want to make this recipe. Here's the fun part. You don't taste the avocados.
Good.
You don't taste them. I promise you don't.
What about the banana? Can you taste the banana in the recipe?
Oh, no. Do you not like banana?
She loves it.
I
she
don't
loves
mind it. But
She's like a monkey.
it's not my preferred fruit.
Okay, so I think you can taste it a little bit, but it's not overpowering. I would say, and just for you, we're going to add more cacao to this recipe, so you don't taste it as much. Okay, and again, I think one reason people avoid the kitchen is they're just intimidated. They don't think that they know what to do, and it's again comes down to simple ingredients. Did we do 3 bananas? Or
we did.
Okay.
Yep.
We got an extra one.
Great.
And all right, now we're gonna do cacao.
Save that for Kim.
Oh, what am I doing? Can you actually? I should have all my recipes memorized, but I have too many.
Yes.
Can you? We're gonna go on. Okay, over to page, and you can get all my books wherever books are sold. But this guy,
So Amazon,
Barnes and Noble.
Right there.
Page 103, we got the avocado mousse, okay? And so we did the 3 bananas, 3 avocados. We're gonna do 2 teaspoons of ground cinnamon, okay? And again, this is amazing to lower the glycemic index of any meal, any recipe. Let's see, that's 1/4 teaspoon.
Laura, as I look through all the recipes in this book, it's all just natural, whole foods.
Yeah, you're not
Amazing.
gonna find calories. I won't tell you the calories because I don't know the calories of my own recipes. We're just eating real whole foods. And we're not, the thing with calories, you guys, is it's not a math equation, it's a chemistry equation.
Okay.
So for instance, if we were to have the same amount of calories in potato chips, our body would completely treat this recipe or treat those calories from the potato chips differently. Our body can use this. It can utilize it and lose it. And this keeps us feeling amazing, right? It does so much for our body. And so we're boosting our antioxidants, we're boosting our energy. And now we can do that, or it doesn't matter, whatever.
Whatever you want.
So the order really doesn't matter.
I'm getting ahead of myself.
I think we're at...
Kevin's so excited.
Sorry,
I
you
can
want to
smell the cinnamon coming from this
Oh, no,
blender
do you
right
not
now.
like cinnamon?
No, I love cinnamon. So
Okay.
So we have 1/3
1/3 cup of coconut milk.
Yep.
So all my recipes are dairy-free, minus like 2 of them. 2 of them, whoop!
I got it.
2 of them have a little bit of goat's cheese, but overall, it's not, most of mine are...
cheese.
Yeah, most of mine are dairy-free. And then the last thing we're gonna add, the last 2 things are these guys. So we're gonna do our monk fruit.
Yep.
1 teaspoon.
Now, do you have to specifically measure the monk fruit out, or can you kind of eyeball it?
I would do it. I would measure it out, but here's the beauty of a recipe. You can't take away, but you can always add.
Yeah.
So if you find that you're making this recipe and you're like, oh, I want to add more chocolate, which is what we're going to do today because for the sake of Valentine's Day.
Let's all be sweet.
Yeah, so we're going to do the 4 right, it's typically 4 tablespoons, but we're going to do, what do you guys want to do, 5 or 6?
Let's do 5 or 6.
Okay.
I love more chocolate.
You cannot.
5.5.
Let's do 5.5. Do you like chocolate?
I love chocolate.
Okay.
So
yes.
Good. More the better.
So
that's great. So with this monk fruit sweetener, while you're putting in the cacao powder, so you can buy this in powder form,
powder
or
form,
liquid. I love
or
this
liquid. I drop that in my coffee. That's in my coffee every morning. It's in all of my recipes. It's a way to sweeten your food without adding. Again, I don't care about calories, but without adding empty calories.
Sure.
Refined sugar is very inflammatory, and this is again, it's from a fruit in Asia, and I lost count. Am I at?
Let's just add one more.
Okay, we're gonna add one more.
Who's counting?
Add all the chocolate, in my opinion.
Let's just dump the bag. Okay.
I don't even know what day it is,
now,
so let's...
So sometimes, okay, we're gonna mix it up and we're gonna see. These avocados were huge. We might need to add a little more coconut milk, but that's the beauty of this recipe is
I love that.
We're just gonna play with it.
Kitchen noises, here we go. We're blending.
Okay.
3, 2, 1. Let's go on medium. It's looking good, sounding good.
Oh yeah.
We got our spoon.
All right, let's see what this looks like. Probably could blend it a little bit more.
Yeah, let me see. So, yep. So because these bananas were big and the avocados were big, I'm just gonna eyeball it. I'm not gonna even measure it. I'm not gonna even measure it. I'm just gonna okay. So
just the holder.
And we're gonna play with it.
So good.
I play in the kitchen every Sunday. I'm in the kitchen. I just have fun with it, and that's the beauty. Cooking is very relaxing, actually. I think it's fun just to toss and taste. Yeah.
All right, blend some more. So what is, well, kitchen noises. What is the consistency that we're looking for?
So we're looking for pudding in a cup. Pudding in a cup consistency, like the pudding that we all had in our lunches when we were 5 years old. All right, so I'm gonna tell you real quick if we're good.
All right, here we go.
Looks great.
It's good. We're gonna, because you don't love bananas, we're gonna add a little more monk fruit because these bananas were really big.
Great. I
want to make you happy.
Big avocados, big bananas.
All right, blend that up.
I got it.
Getting crazy this morning.
And then I think we're
Oversized
good.
fruits.
You know, it's a running joke with my family about my distaste in bananas, but I like recipes that we throw them in, so this is going to be delicious. I can't wait to try
I hope so.
Oh, it's going to be great.
Yeah.
And it's better chilled, so it tastes better
Got
chilled.
it.
But
And it probably sets up a little more too when it.
yeah, it does. Okay.
It looks great.
So we're gonna go ahead and disperse.
Can't wait to try it. So
we have a spoon? Oh.
We've got a spatula here. This
Okay.
is great. I'm gonna pull out the blade because danger in the kitchen. So this is great. It's very much like a cake batter, like pudding consistency.
Yeah.
And then if you really wanted it to solidify a little bit more, you just put it in the fridge.
Yeah. So you stick it in the fridge, and again, you probably can't tell, but it looks like pudding.
It looks great.
So all right, we're gonna.
It smells like pudding.
Actually, I'm just gonna dump.
Oh my gosh, it looks great.
It looks like
at that
pudding.
consistency.
Okay.
It's nice and
light.
light.
It looks like pudding. I forgot my raspberry garnish. I apologize. I will tell you right now, my sister's watching, and so she's the one who stages all my food, and she is dying
It's so
right now.
nice. You remember to mention your sister.
And my
'cause
sister-in-law
somebody
takes all
else
of my pictures.
doesn't remember.
So I will tell you,
to mention their
my
siblings
passion
on
is for the
TV.
cooking. It's not for the the beauty of it, like the aftermath, is I have a team for that. I'm very blessed with my sister and sister-in-law. So hopefully they're.
Hey, it takes a village to make things happen.
It takes
right?
a village. Okay, hold
It
on.
really
I don't want you eating after me. All right. Now, all right. I'm sorry if you don't love bananas.
Oh, it looks delicious. I think this recipe is going to be absolutely incredible, so I cannot wait to try it.
All
Awesome.
right, should we cheers?
We should cheers. Laura, great to have you in the kitchen.
Cheers.
Thanks for joining us.
Yes.
Cannot wait to taste this pudding.
Let's see.
Everybody at once, so we can't talk. I'll
It's
keep
good,
talking
right?
while you. How is it?
Wow.
Yeah.
I love it. Very delicious. And then you just pop it in the fridge. If
Pop
you
it in the
wanted
fridge. Do you like it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. I love it. And
Oh.
again, it's fantastic for kids, diabetics, whoever you are. They don't know the avocados are in there.
That is pudding.
It is.
pudding.
And
it's
it's
pudding.
sweet, and it's
you
delicious.
ate so many superfoods in one recipe, 6 ingredients. So
I feel
yeah.
healthier already.
Live Healthy with Laura to find the recipe.
Yes.
Anywhere books are sold, you can
And
hop on her website.
The podcast, the Live Healthy with Laura podcast, I do a deep dive on how to cook in the kitchen as well.
That's
for
great.
those that need the confidence.
Well, Laura, love having you
Thanks
here.
for
It's so
having
great
me.
to see friends and family that are
I
paying attention,
know.
watching you take care of your community and others
Yeah.
around you. So really great stuff. Now head over to Laura's website, livehealthywithlaura.com, and her podcast. You can get all of her books, all of her recipes there, but we'll be right back after this.
Good morning, Vail.
The season starts when Nate Dogg, Trailer Tom, and friends have started the season in front of you.
There it is, the white ribbon of living.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And on that very first chair, two very familiar faces who've been in line for 2 days.
My name is Nate Dogg, Nate Dogggg.
My name is Trailer Tom.
Nate Nadler and Tom Miller live nearby.
I feared nothing but not getting first chair.
Second chair nightmare.
Yeah, second chair nightmare.
My goal is to continue to fight for this first chair as long as I'm physically able. First chair coming at us one more year.
Experience the magic of the season like never before with the Leadville Railroad on our Holiday Express. Gather the family for an enchanting journey filled with dazzling displays of twinkling lights and festive decorations. Create cherished memories that will last a lifetime on this unforgettable train adventure that captures the spirit of the holidays. Booking information at leadvillerailroad.com.
Searching for Colorado homes, chalets, or condos? Owning real estate at a world-class ski resort is a dream for many. Waking up in the morning and catching first tracks from your private home is a one-of-a-kind experience. When one of the world's most admired companies puts its name on a real estate sign, that's a sign buyers and sellers want to see. Berkshire Hathaway Home Services is built for a new era in residential real estate. Your forever real estate agent is there in every step of the process. Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, Colorado Properties. For you, for life. Ice Castles is an awe-inspiring, must-see winter phenomenon that brings fairy tales to life. Squeal with delight as you race down one of the exhilarating ice slides, explore ice caverns, and get lost in a frozen maze. Squeeze through the incredible crawl tunnels and discover elaborate ice sculptures hand-carved by local and international artists. Experience Ice Castles in Eagle. Visit icecastles.com for more information and to purchase your tickets.
When it comes to buying flooring for your Colorado home, there's only one store in the Vail Valley to visit, Rugs Benedict. Visit our 12,000 square foot showroom to find the perfect floors for your home or business. We have hundreds of choices in stock and offer professional installation with a lifetime installation guarantee. We've been serving the Vail Valley for 50 years, and we can't wait to have our team floor you. We are conveniently located just off I-70. Stop by our showroom today.
Good morning, Vail.
Up next, we're talking with the author of Calm Your Mind with Food, a very important topic this time of year. Let's take a look.
Welcome back, everybody. It's your Tuesday edition of Good Morning Vail here on TV8. I'm your host, Liz, and I have somebody very special next to my face here on a Zoom meeting, and this is Dr. Uma Naidu. Welcome to the show. Thank you for being here.
Hi, Liz. It's so great to see you.
I'm so happy to have you here. Now, you are the author of Calm Your Mind with Food. Now, what people don't understand is that you can have a stress-free life depending upon the foods that you eat, not only in your everyday world, but especially coming up for the holidays. We have so much food coming our way to feast upon, but we have a lot of anxiety and things like that. Now, we did not know that certain foods can reduce anxiety. I'm going to show everybody this book that you wrote.
Thank you.
And I would love to hear a little bit more information on this. So what they say is a key component of anxiety reducing diet is fiber. Now, that's very intriguing, and I really want to know more about fiber because, you think of what fiber's goal is or role is, but there's more to it than that, and I would love to hear from you exactly what that is all about.
Thank you so much, Liz. When we hear the word fiber, we often think about an orange drink or something our grandmothers have, but the truth is that fiber is in all these foods right here, the vegetables, the fruit, the beans, nuts, seeds, legumes, very satiating to us and actually takes care of our gut health. We've heard about the gut microbiome. There are trillions of microbes that live there. We need to feed them, and fiber is just satiating, keeps us full, but also takes care of our gut health, which is related to our brain health. So I just want you to think, add more whole foods in. Even something like an avocado is rich in fiber.
Healthy.
So make sure that you add those in because it has healthy fat and fiber. But also like people to have things that they can remember when they're on the go because it is a busy season and I want you to be able to enjoy it. So have this little acronym called CALM, C-A-L-M-S. Very easy. I want you to think vitamin C from your citrus fruit, your lemons and limes that you might add to your water or squeeze into your salad, but also clementines, mandarins, those fruit that have vitamin C in them. Then I want you to think, you'll love this one, extra dark chocolate. Extra dark chocolate is really good for you, not the candy bars, but the ones that are super dark.
With the cacao.
Also something, exactly, 70% or higher of cacao is exactly what you want to be looking for. Chickpeas is another one to think about because it has fiber. It's really, it's rich in tryptophan. It's got a lot of stuff that's good to keep your mind calm. So the C is colors, these textures, the fiber as well. Then I want you to think A. A is this beautiful color. Anthocyanins is what gives blueberries this beautiful color. I want you to think, adding a little bit, a quarter cup or so of blueberries to your diet every day. Add that in as fruit. It also has fiber in it, as well as nutrients that you need. And then ashwagandha. Now, ashwagandha has been used in Ayurvedic times, but it's very bitter tasting. So think of a supplement powder or a pill there. And definitely speak to your doctor if you're thinking about it, because ashwagandha can help anxiety, but your doctor will know what else you might be taking.
I was going to ask you, ashwagandha is a natural resource for people who have anxiety and a high central nervous system. Isn't that correct? It's kind of like an herb that you could possibly take for that.
It is an herb, exactly. Okay. And because it's bitter tasting, I look for usually a powder or a pill.
Right.
But it has some good evidence for calming the mind, and it's worth looking at. I just want people to, because they take other medications to make sure their doctors know.
And that's a natural remedy.
It is a natural remedy, and it can be bought as a supplement these days as well. Then the L is for liquids. I want you to remember your water. I want you to hydrate on the go, keep your sustainable water bottle, but also think about making yourself a calming tea like passion flower tea, because that will keep you not only hydrated, when you're hydrated, believe it or not, you are less anxious. So important to remember there. Then the M is for more omega-3s, which you can get from something like salmon. Today, I just have a can of salmon here, but you can get it from your fresh salmon, from your seafood department, whatever, however you might be able to purchase it. And the other M, by the way, you can also get omegas if you don't consume seafood from flax seeds, hemp seeds, and the like. You get those there as well, healthy fats for your brain, for your body. Now, the other M is magnesium. A lot of Americans don't consume enough magnesium. So add these in. Really, whole foods is the easiest, best way to get that in. And the last part of carbs is the S for spices and herbs. So I have my little spice box here. You know, the holidays are full of warming spices and holiday spices. Add them into your food. Add in those fresh herbs. I've got some oregano here. You know, there's lots of delicious herbs we use for Thanksgiving and the holidays. Add them in because herbs and spices are low calorie or no calorie. They have rich antioxidant and anti-inflammatory properties, so they're a super easy add-in. So overall, I want you to think fiber, which you can get from all these foods on this table. You know, plant foods all have fiber in them. You don't get fiber from animal or seafood proteins, but you know you have everything else with your vegetables, your herbs, your spices. So add those in. Add those in your chickpeas, your beans, your nuts and seeds. Really gives you what you need for a good basis to keep yourself calm.
Well, I just love all of this information. And the one thing I learned, and since you are a certified board psychologist and chef and a nutritionist, is magnesium good for helping people get restful sleeps?
It really is. So magnesium, it's great that you say that, Liz, because a lot of people who are anxious may not sleep well. They don't connect the two.
That
they
would
just
be
think
me.
they just feel like, you know, maybe it's their sleep. Magnesium really helps. There are different forms of magnesium that you can get if you're taking a supplement. You just want to speak to your doctor about that, but you can also get it from food. Another great tip for sleeping better, in addition to magnesium, is melatonin can be found in things like chickpeas and eggs. And so I say to people, you know, flip your breakfast to dinner, have an omelet, an early dinner, have an omelet which is rich in some of those foods and nutrients that can help you ease yourself into sleep as well.
I can't thank you enough for being here with us, and we've learned a lot. There are so many great foods out there and spices and fruits and vegetables that we can do, and it will help our brains and our minds and our just everything just work and feel a little bit better. Calm Your Mind with Food, written by Uma Haidu. Thank you so much, dear, for being with us this morning. I think we've taken a lot away with us, and to have somebody with your expertise, it's just a wonderful thing to have here on Good Morning Vail here on TV8. So we've learned a lot. And how do we get your book? Are you on Amazon?
I am on Amazon. I'm on my own website, umanaidumd.com. Follow me on social at DRUMANAIDOO and get my free newsletter.
Perfectly. They might even have your book over at the Bookworm here in Edwards.
That's
we can't
right.
thank you enough for being with us. Calm Your Mind with Food by Dr. Uma Haidu. Grab it today and learn a lot of how we can take care of ourselves through food. You have a wonderful day. Thank you very much for being with us, Doctor.
Thank you, Liz.
All right,
Thanks so
we'll
much.
be right back with more Good Morning Vail after this word on TV8. Thanks so much for tuning in to Good Morning Vail. I'm your host, Ross Leonhardt. Have a great holiday season out there. Thanks to Nick and Danielle in the back for pulling the strings, and get on out there. We'll see you tomorrow.
Good morning, Vail. See what lies in store for you. There's so many things to see and do. Summer, winter, spring, or fall. Your home in the Rockies.